Today, I am going to help you answer the question on everyone's mind. How do you start a jewelry collection? What is important? What are some tips? What are some things you need to know? What should you buy first? What should you prioritize? I'm going to address all of that in today's video. If you are new here, my name is Jodi Mosley. I talk about my jewelry, of course. I have lots of it. I have a playlist for jewelry. We should be at about 12, 13 videos in there right now, so definitely go and binge on that. But I have 10 tips for you today on how to start your collection. Let's go ahead and get into that. So you may be thinking, why should I even start a collection? What is the big deal? Well, for me, two things. One, great jewelry, great accessories will always elevate and upgrade your look very effortlessly. And two, jewelry, unlike bags and shoes, which I know a lot of bags out there, will stand the test of time and are investment pieces and will look great for hundreds of years to come. But jewelry even more so than that. Like great jewelry, good quality jewelry is forever, and that's just something that will always appreciate in price. You know, you're going to get your money's worth, you're going to get the value out of it. Great items to like give to your kids as you get older, and you know, eventually probably even your grandkids, great grandkids. So definitely a very futuristic type of investment that holds its value. Those are the top two reasons to start a jewelry collection, in my opinion. And they just look great. So let me give you the 10 tips on how to go about doing so. So tip number 1, make a plan. And I'm kind of going over my notes, okay? So when I say plan, I mean ask yourself, what do I really, really want? What does my collection look like in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years? You see, what you're doing is you're collecting. You want it to be a collection where everything kind of works together, whether you bought the items yesterday or if you get new things in 10 years. So you want to create kind of a roadmap as to what does my ultimate collection look like, and then start to work towards that. That way you don't get sidetracked and buy random things that you don't need or that you end up regretting. And also when you have a wish list, you can really stay focused on the things that you really, really want. So this kind of leads into tip number 2, which is to get classics instead of trends, especially when you are first starting your collection. You don't want to dive right into trendier pieces. What you want to do is to get classic items that will really like work with your entire look all of the time. So let me kind of coordinate this with tip number 3, which is to not only get statement pieces, but to also get awesome everyday pieces. So when I say statement piece, I'm not talking about the money and how much something costs. I mean, how does it look? Is it overly bold, overly chunky? Is it the kind of thing you can only wear to the Christmas party once a year? Is it the kind of thing that will only look appropriate if you're going to a ball? Or is it so trendy on the casual side that it only looks great with a t-shirt and jeans and you cannot dress it up? So you want to avoid pieces like that. For example, if you were purchasing something from, let's just say Cartier, you want to get something like the classic love bracelet when you're first starting off, instead of jumping straight into probably getting like a panther. Now the panther is beautiful, but it is more of that bold statement piece that you won't be able to blend into your overall day-to-day looks as much. So definitely get awesome everyday pieces. When we talk about normalizing luxury, this is what we mean. We want things that we can wear all the time, every day, that elevate our look, that make us feel good about ourselves, that look impressive without us having to be reserving for a special occasion. Normalizing it means that it's in our normal everyday life. So definitely stick to classic pieces and get great everyday pieces. I've shown you lots of my everyday jewelry in my other jewelry videos, so you could check out the playlist. So even something like my wedding ring, on me all of the time, but the design of it super classic, not overly bold, and so I never feel like it is upstaging me, but it's just such a beautiful ring, right? Same goes for like maybe getting diamond studs first, or they don't have to be expensive, guys. I'm not talking about price here, but you know, going for like studs or simple hoops or something like that, rather than your big drop earrings with all the colors that you can't really get to wear. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, tip number 4, choose quality over quantity. Hold out for the things that you really want. Make fewer purchases, but make them better purchases. And I cannot stress this enough. If you're going to start a collection, that means you are collecting. And it needs to be stuff that is worthy of you having now and in 20 years, and that you would be proud to give to your kids, right? So what you want to do is don't keep on buying random little things, you know, 50 bucks here, $100 here, that you're going to grow out of. Think long term. That's why the first step was to make a plan and really get those better quality pieces. Choose better metals, choose things that are timeless. And that way, you know, you'll build on your collection instead of in 5 years, you're like, oh, I don't really like these anymore, or I've grown out of this, or maybe you get to a better place where you have more financial stability and those other things don't really fit your style anymore. So always go for the quality, not the quantity. All right, tip number 5. Which metals do you prefer? Which do you already have? How well do they work together? Don't just guess, try them on. So you guys know I have a bracelet stack, right? Here we go. So they are different metals. This is my platinum tennis bracelet with diamonds. I've got a gold David Yurman. I've got a Pave 18 karat gold Roberta coin, on and on and on, right? I didn't just accidentally buy these. When I got the first couple pieces, one of the first was actually my tennis bracelet. What I did was I went to the store and I started to try on things. And when I say I went to the store, I mean I went to multiple different places. Tiffany, Cartier, Neiman Marcus, you know, just kind of tried on jewelry to get a feel for what I liked. And then, according to the plan that I had, I verified if that was a real plan or if I wanted to modify anything. You can't just stick to what you got on paper. So my recommendation for you is, if you do not live close to a great jewelry store, you can go anywhere. Everybody has a Macy's, I'm pretty sure of that. Go anywhere that has nice jewelry and ask them to try things on. They're usually very, very nice. And what you can do is try on some gold, try on some silver, try on some platinum, try on some things with diamonds, try on some things with emeralds, different colors, mix and match, try on thinner pieces, thicker pieces. Get a feel for what it is you like and then put them together to see how they will look. So after you've made your plan and you say, I want this, 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 and you have about 10 things on there or however many, you want to try to get into the stores to put them on to see if you actually like them, because you could be here salivating over something and the time comes and you don't even love it as much as you do, or they don't stack well together, or the earrings or whatever don't blend well with your overall aesthetic and you're like, actually I don't like this. So go to the store, try some stuff on, you will not regret it. So the next step related to this, which is tip number 6, develop a relationship with an essay or multiple essays. So when you go to the stores, what you want is to find that someone who is very helpful, really sweet to you, and build a relationship with them. You don't need to be purchasing anything now or in the next year, it doesn't matter. Build a relationship with them, get their number, tell them what your plans are, what is on your wish list. They will let you know when things are in stock. They will give you tips, like for example, my essay at Neiman Marcus. So high-end jewelry or fine jewelry doesn't typically go on sale, but the department stores will have a sale. So earlier this year, Neiman Marcus was having spend a certain amount, get a gift card in return. And so we bought some jewelry and we ended up getting a $2,500 gift card, which I turned around and was able to go shopping and bought some shoes and the other things that I was showing you in my shopping vlog. So a great essay will keep you in the loop and help you to get deals and also help you to purchase your items when you are ready, which is tip number 7. Order in advance. All right, so you've made your plan, you have your roadmap, you know what you want, you're super excited, and guess what? The day comes, you have the money, you go into the store, you want to buy this thing, it is not available. That's how jewelry works, as well as a lot of other luxury items. You need to order in advance. Like, for example, my essay told me, I told her I was interested in the Van Cleef and Arpels Malachite. That's the green necklace with the green earrings. And I told her, and she said, well, there is a 6-page wait list for the earrings. And then she went and asked them, can you custom order for her? She's a great client, blah, blah, blah. They were like, no, we have none available. We have so many people waiting. We have no idea when we're going to have it in stock. And so if I was trying to get that thing right now, I wouldn't be getting it. So when you're getting close to your date, like within a year or so of when you think you want to get the item, go ahead and get with your essay and order it. You don't have to pay until it becomes available. And when it does become available, if you have changed your mind, it's fine. Someone is in line behind you trying to get that item, so there is no problem. Go ahead and order it. Tip number 8. What should you start with? What are some key pieces that you have to have in your collection? All right, for me, my pieces that were essential are the first pieces that I got. Those are my diamond studs, my wedding ring. If you're not married or engaged, you know, just a nice ring. We talk with our hands a lot, right? So you want to have something on your hand. So whether you're going to get rings or some kind of a bracelet, I would say definitely go for something on the hands. So a bracelet, a ring, some nice earrings, and don't forget a necklace. You're going to want something that makes your neckline pop. Now, of course, we can dive further into which types. For me, diamond studs, those were essential. And if I had to give up my entire collection or just got sick of jewelry for whatever reason, I would always keep my studs. I feel studs are an essential piece to have. So what else? For me, my diamond tennis bracelet is the most classic piece that I own. I do love all of them with my whole heart, don't get me wrong. But I feel like this is a staple that I would want to have if I had nothing else. Therefore, it is one of the first pieces that I also got. As far as the necklaces go, one of my first necklaces was my Cartier Love necklace. It is still the one I wear all of the time. And the piece that I would probably definitely buy again if I were starting over. So start with your essentials, start with your key pieces, start with the things you can wear. Don't start with the statement pieces. They're going to sit there, you won't wear them as often, and you won't feel like you're getting the value out of them or your money's worth. You want to enjoy wearing your stuff all the time. It will help to validate why you bought them in the first place. It will give you the oomph that you need to get through your day. And it will give you that extra little pop of luxury that you need to kind of attract all the wonderful things you want in your life. Firm believer in that. Also, if you're planning to build a bracelet stack, then after you've covered 1, 2, 3, 4, then you can go in and start to doubling up on the bracelets and stuff like that. Tip number 9, buy sooner rather than later. Now, this is all relative, guys. I totally understand. What I mean by this is jewelry goes up in price a lot, especially if you're going for brand name jewelry. It will keep going on up in price. So if you have your plan set as you should, and you know for a fact you want X piece, go ahead and get it when you are able to rather than waiting. Like, for example, you know you want X for your 25th birthday. You are now 23, but you are able to buy it now. Buy it now, put it down, don't even open the box, wait until you're 25 if that's what you want to do, but you're going to save so much money buying earlier rather than waiting. And I do that all the time. Maybe you want to reward yourself and you know this is going to be a reward for losing 10 pounds, finishing school, blah, blah, blah. That's totally okay. But buy it now and put it down. Like you can see, there's 2 boxes behind me I haven't unboxed because those are my rewards to myself for hitting 1,000 subscribers. So it's totally fine to do that. You know, buy them, put them away if you're able to afford them in the now. Helps to save you some money. And tip number 10, my final tip. So there are two ways to buy jewelry, at least for me, or two things that are important. There is branding and investment, and there's pure joy. Are you into the brands? Are you buying pieces that are going to be investments that you either want to resell in the future or that you just want to be sure has value in the future? Or are you buying the pieces just for the enjoyment and the beauty? And here's what I mean. If I were buying for pure joy, I wouldn't care if I bought from Neiman Marcus, Tiffany, Cartier, all of that. Probably when I travel to places like Africa, Dubai, Colombia, places like that with beautiful jewelry, I would be open to getting from the local artists there because they have really beautiful pieces made by small local jewelers that you will pay a fraction of the price for them. They're just as pretty, just as valuable. Well, you and I know that they are. We probably couldn't prove that in terms of having like paperwork to back it up. And you know, like something like a Cartier love bracelet, everybody knows how much one of those costs. It is common knowledge. We know how much they cost 10 years ago. We know how much they cost today, and we can follow the price into the future. Not the same for a local jeweler, but if all you wanted was a beautiful gold bracelet, who cares who makes it? You're going to enjoy the piece just as much. And because it is a quality piece, it is not going to deteriorate or, you know, not still be beautiful in years to come. It's just that it doesn't have a name to go with it. So I'm totally okay with that. The only thing is I wouldn't get all of my collection that way, because you do want some stuff that are associated with a well-known brand and that are popular enough that, yes, if you wanted to resell, you could. If you wanted to value your collection, you could. And if at any given point in the future you wanted to say, appraise your things and say, how much are they worth now? You have a threshold, you have something to go off of. And that's why branding is important. And also, like, those branded items will stay relevant. I mean, beauty is beauty, don't get me wrong. Small producer or large one doesn't really matter when it comes to beauty. But in terms of it being relevant in 300 years from now, 400 years from now, I mean, a lot of these jewelers started in like 1800, right? So we've gone like 250 years almost since, and you know, don't get on me on my math, you know what I'm saying? They've been around for centuries, they will be around for centuries in the future, and so they are still relevant. You wanted a Cartier in 1800, you want a Cartier today. You wanted a Tiffany ring in 1900, you still want a Tiffany ring today. And the same Tiffany ring you had 100 years ago is the same Tiffany ring you'll have today. And it's still beautiful, it's still classic, it's not going anywhere. So there are advantages to branding is what I am saying. But it's okay to throw in some things that you have just for the beauty of them. And for the savings, right? Fraction of the price, you get something cool. Totally down to do that. So those are my 10 tips. Hope you enjoyed them. If there's anything you would add to the list, let me know in the description box. Let me also know if you enjoyed this type of video and if I should do more things like this. I will be doing a how to start your luxury bag collection and how to start your luxury shoe collection. I'll be filming them soon, so definitely stay tuned, subscribe for more. Until next time, friends, see you in another video. Make sure that you have hit the thumbs up button. That is so important for the growth of my channel. And please, please, please subscribe if you like my content. See you next time.